Hello, guys. I'm Kevin Singleton, and we're coming to you from the Wynn Casino in Las Vegas at the SiriusXm studio. And today we'll be bringing on Patrick Mosa to tell everybody about his great journey in acting. And we're going to talk about the NBA Finals last night. Did you guys see that game? Oh, what a game. What do you think about SGA? SGA, that's my guy. He's the MVP. He took that away from the Joker.
Jokic.
Oh man. Oklahoma City has nothing to be ashamed of. Great game. Those guys were leading by 15 most of the game, and I was like, oh, this is a blowout. I'm gonna lose my money. But once again, you can never ever count out Halliburton. What the hell?
Dude, what the hell indeed, man. He's done this in all 3 rounds so far. He did it that game against the Nuggets. He did it against the Knicks.
Right.
Let me tell you something.
You're Knicks. Let's be clear. You're Knicks.
All right.
You're Knicks.
How
could you let that happen?
It is terrible watching the bar explode and root against your team. And your game 1, you're talking shit to everyone at the bar.
Right.
Yeah. Knicks, baby. Knicks in 6.
What the hell?
Knicks in 6.
That's right.
And to have Halliburton do that, I mean, I almost poured drinks for everyone, just out of shame.
The Knicks. I saw Spike. Spike was just like so blown by it. Halliburton running around doing the gesture. He's just
premature choke.
He's choking the guys.
I was hoping my Knicks could win in overtime just so Halliburton could learn.
Yeah.
You don't count all your chickens before they hatch.
That's a fact.
Fortunately, he pulled it through, and respect where respect is owed.
Yeah, salute. Most definitely.
He's a stud.
Yeah, he's that guy. He's that guy. But with OKC, the fans were in it. Everybody thought it was a lock. Vegas was going crazy. Chrome Hearts, you see this? Cut the check, Chrome Hearts. But Vegas was going crazy. Man, everybody was excited. Everybody was rooting. Let's go. And here he comes. There he is. That's that guy right there. He's going to put it in. Look at that form, Pat. Look at that form. Would you have fouled him on that show? Would you have fouled him on that shot I meant?
You know what? I think the entire Pacers team just showed up in the fourth quarter. So you had to have your focus on everyone, man. Toppin, Turner, Siakam. There was just so many options that Indiana could go with. I mean, they didn't double Hallie the way I wanted them to, but it also makes sense because everyone else was showing out. Would I have fouled him? No. I mean, that was a great shot.
Hell of a shot. I'd have
fouled
him, though. He would have had to made that on the line. I don't care. If we would have lost that, he would have had to ice water in the veins. He would have had to show me he's that guy. I would have put you on the line, Halliburton. You hear me? What the hell? Oh man, congratulations, Tyrese Halliburton. You played an exceptional game, my guy. We're just keeping the show going, but congratulations to the Pacers.
It's going to be a great series, man. I had OKC in 5, maybe 4. And Indies are also already saying, hold on, wait a minute. And everyone loves a good underdog story. If they hadn't beat my Knicks, I probably would have been a little more pro-Indy. But you know what? I'm still rooting for OKC in 6. I need revenge for my Knicks, man.
But, I was against Halliburton for a while. I lost $5,000 on him. It wasn't his fault. I think I bet the points, and the coach put him on the bench through the whole fourth quarter. I broke my iPhone.
I almost broke mine last night. I almost broke mine in game 1 of the last series.
Yeah. We know you're a diehard Knicks fan, but it's all good, man. Oh man, this is great. This is great for the NBA. They're setting the tone. Shaq was like, what the hell? I watch Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes show. They had Max on there, and they were like, what the hell is going on? Halliburton, my guy. Congratulations, Indiana Pacers.
Let me ask you something,
yes,
man.
Dad. Yes,
the NBA is kind of going through this shift, right?
Right.
I mean, growing up, for me, I was used to the same couple of teams in the finals every year.
I agree.
Championship, whether it was Dallas, whether it was the Spurs, whether it was the Lakers, whether it was a LeBron-led team, Duncan, all those guys. The last 7 years now, the NBA has had different champions every year. How do you feel about that? Do you miss there being a certain number of guys where you knew like it's going to come down to this guy versus this guy? You know what I mean? This pool of people. Or do you like the unpredictability where you're not as confident going in next season? If you want to place a bet at the beginning of the season as to who's going to win the championship, you don't have that same confidence like you did when we were growing up, when you knew it was going to come down to the Lakers or Spurs.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say. The Lakers. The Lakers lived there. Boston, the Lakers. We had Miami. We had Cleveland. Now it's it could be Ja Morant. It could be, of course, SGA.
Ja.
Oh man, he's amazing. That ups. He got springs in those legs. Shout out to Ja Morant. But I like Anthony Edwards. That first step is amazing. He's hard. I'd like to see him on the Lakers when LeBron retires. I would like to see Anthony Edwards with the Lakers. That first step is unstoppable. You're not stopping that guy on the first step. What's up with these guys wearing these low top sneakers? What's going on with these low top sneakers? You got the Achilles heel. You got the guy from Boston. They got these low cut sneakers on. We got to step it up. Curry, put them guys in some shoes. Wrap it up. Dale,
put them in some old school Kobe's, man. Some high top
Kobe's,
shout
R.I.P. Kobe, man. The best to ever do it. Why are we talking about Kobe, the greatest of all times, after Michael Jordan, of course? Can I say it again?
I might have to stop you right there.
After Michael Jordan, of course. But
no disrespect to the Mamba, all-time
the Mamba, salute.
But number 2, mind your business, people. It's been 5 years. Kobe.
That's a fact. But yeah, it's nice having you on here, man, Pat. We spoke, we connected about business and stocks, things of that nature. I'm a day trader. We getting money. No matter what, we're getting this bread. If you're not getting money, you need to get some money. I'm an option trader. Pat, you're into this investment. We're going to get you right?
You know what? I am trying to get right. I also had my history of investments. I used to be really into it, but I think for my sake, especially after picking the Knicks, I mean, I just got to watch my choices here. I'm learning how to be a little bit more of a long-term trader and killing my impulsive vibes. Penny stocks used to be my thing. Very risky, very volatile, used to for a reason.
Right.
I'll let you take the reins on the stocks.
Yeah, we getting money.
Okay?
Yeah, we getting money.
Whatever this man says, listen. Whatever I say, do the opposite.
Speaking of money, I enjoy option trading. I was buying stocks for a while, and a friend of mine enlightened me to options. My biggest score was WeWorks. You remember WeWorks before they filed bankruptcy?
Remember WeWorks, R.I.P.
I was in LAX, and I put like $30K. I was ordering the Starbucks. Shout out to Starbucks. I was ordering a Starbucks, and I put $30K on WeWorks, and by the time I bought, it said $75,000. I said, we got him. We got him, guys. And that was my thing. And 3 months later, I lost it all, of course, thinking Mr. Know-It-All, think I know everything about it. But since I've started doing option, it's been way better. What I try to look for is who's down 20%. The TV is always on CNBC. So they could be talking about anything. And if it's the right information, when I will go open and I will grab that phone and I will get to this money. We got Rolexes, APs, all these expensive watches. But, this product placement business, Swatch, I'm wearing your Las Vegas model right here. holla at me. See if we can get some money. Everybody go out and get you a Swatch. I'm wearing it. I think
Hey,
Swatch
don't
might want to
watch.
cut the. When I was a kid, this was like the Rolex of my time. You know what I'm saying, Pat? This was big. What do you got to say about Swatch, Pat?
You know what? Swatch gang. I do like my swatches. I was actually a Timex guy growing up, man. A little
No.
Timex. I like Timex. I did. I did.
Interesting.
Just because of the EX, it made me feel like I had a Rolex, even though it was in a completely different.
That's big.
lesson.
That's big. EX?
Yeah,
EX,
it's
huh?
the EX, man. That suffix.
Mr. EX. That's your new name. Pat EX.
Mr. EX,
Mr.
yes.
EX. Did
I'll take it.
Did Will return your call? Hey, Will, this is Pat. Pat is an amazing actor. You need to get him in some movies so we can I can get my 20% for just connections and stuff like that. But again, Swatch, don't forget to get at me, man. I'm liking this inexpensive, affordable. I don't have to worry about getting robbed in Beverly Hills for my Richard Mille. Have you heard about that? Guys just like running up on you. You got a $500,000 watch on. You just might die over that watch, Pat.
It's pretty insane, man. And these guys aren't even on some Batman type of time in the middle of the night. It could be 12 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun in the highest place in the sky. They do not care. They will hit you for everything you've got. On Rodeo, I've seen the stories. I've met some people who've been hit up. I don't dress like this out in Los Angeles.
Right.
Let me tell you that.
Me either. That's why I got this watch on. You want? Hey, here you go. You can have it. You can have it. I might try you over that rose gold chocolate face Rollie I have. Got it insured for way more. So I don't promote violence. So kids, if or adults, if they run up on you, please give them the watch. You got insurance? We can get you another one. But yeah, I like everything we're talking about. I like my relationship with Pat when it comes to business and sports and things of that nature. Pat, do you drink?
Do I drink? Okay, so
Occasionally, you look like an occasional sipper.
We were in Vegas last weekend. That was actually my my last hurrah.
Okay.
Actually, that was my hey. Let me have some fun in Vegas. Drink as much. Now I'm actually chasing the sober life, man. I will say I have had one drink since that time in Vegas, but
Wow.
that is a much better rate than it's been lately. Let me tell you that.
You look like a red wine guy, Pat. Are you a red wine guy over a big ass steak?
I do like my cabs, my Pinot Noirs. Shout out to Napa Valley.
Talk.
Napa Valley. That is where I love, and Santa Barbara as well.
I like Santa Barbara. You like champagne?
I'm getting into champagne. As I meet more bosses like you in my life,
we're gonna pop some.
I'm learning to enjoy the finer things.
Yeah, we're gonna pop some bottles. I like Ace of Spade. I grew up on Dom Perignon. We used to be in the club with the Moet.
Yeah.
And it used to be so crazy. We used to get like 80 bottles. R.I.P. to my guy, Ivory Peanut Davis out of Lafayette Gardens in Brooklyn, New York. This guy, man, I used to go to the tunnel with him, and I used to just be starstruck on how many bottles of champagne this guy was buying, you know what I mean? So, the champagne, the wine, exercising, it's hot as hell out here in Vegas, so you got to dehydrate. Did you feel dizzy when you were here in Vegas, Pat?
Yeah. Let me tell you, that Memorial Day weekend we were out there, the weather was perfect. It was my first time going to Vegas during Memorial Day weekend. I'm more of a 4th of July guy.
Right.
And let me tell you, 4th of July is in a month. It's going to be about 115 out there in Vegas. God. It was a nice 90, 93 when we were out there. So
yeah, that was nice.
Give me more of that. Give me more of that.
Yeah, that was nice. I like Vegas. The weather is cool at night. It's a party town. I won a few dollars on the roulette table too. I'm supposed to get those guys in here for an interview.
I was about to ask you, man. What do you play? Yeah. What are your games?
Yeah, I like that. I never played it before. I had beginner's luck, and it just pulled me in.
Got to ride that wave.
It pulled me in, Pat. They pulled me in. They're trying to turn me into a gambler, but I do like the sports bet occasionally. You know, I like the casinos. I like FanDuel. FanDuel, give me a call. I like FanDuel. Just give me a call, FanDuel. Let's get this.
Throw
I
my
like
man a bag,
DraftKings.
please.
I like all the online apps for gambling. You guys want to sponsor the show? Give me a call. We're here at the Wynn Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas at the SiriusXm studio getting this money. We working hard. Let's get to it. What'd you say, Pat? I didn't hear you.
Said one of my favorite casinos, the Wynn.
Yeah, the Wynn is nice.
The Wynn, man.
Have you had the buffet? Oh my God, it's amazing.
I've not done the buffet yet.
I went 3 days in a row.
3 days in a row.
3 days in a row. I need to stop drinking Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever, but I'm in there. They got the best ribs. The desserts are amazing. You guys been in that buffet? You guys seen that buffet? It's amazing. If you come to the Wynn Casino and Hotel in Las Vegas, make sure you step in there and take a crack at that buffet. As a matter of fact, get you some early reservations and priority seating. Make your life way better because the line is outside. Pat, you got to check it out, Pat.
Come July, you don't want to be outside. Let me tell you that.
No.
Make sure you make your reservations ASAP.
It's like 120 in July, you think? The temperature?
You know what? The last time I was there in July, the palm tree at the day club caught on fire, and they had to evacuate everyone out.
Get out of here from the heat.
I'm not kidding. I am not kidding. The palm tree literally caught on fire. It was crazy.
That is crazy, Pat. That is crazy. You know what? I was at Resorts World, and Snoop Dogg was there. I went to the Janet Jackson concert. Amazing. Okay. Crazy. Okay. All for you. Man, I had a ball. I had a ball. Janet looks good. Shout out to Janet Jackson. Maybe we can get you on the show, Janet. Holla at me, Janet. See if we can get something, man. I might have a little bag for you. You hear me? T-shirts coming out soon. We out here. Yeah, Janet was, oh man, she looks great. 6-pack. She looks like Michael a lot. R.I.P. Michael Jackson, the greatest to ever do it. But she had an amazing
Sounds like
show. Michael. Yeah, you like Mike?
Dude, Mike is my favorite artist of all time.
Yeah, Mike is
all time.
Mike about that life, you know. But yeah,
hey,
Janet.
I heard he beat up Tupac. You heard that story?
I'm not sure about that. You believe that? I don't know about Mr.
Mike is one of those people where
he might have choked him though. He might have.
Hey, you gotta remember. Hey, Mike is from Gary, Indiana.
He's from Gary,
you know. They don't play around them.
Yeah, Mr. Joe got him right. So he may have. I'm not discrediting Mike, but yeah, Janet.
When those cameras go on, you get the voice. But when the cameras are off,
yeah.
Hey, Mike brings it, man. He brings it. You get that deep voice.
Yeah. I saw Mike throwing up signs and a couple of pictures and shit. So you never know. You never know with Mike, but yeah. But Janet had an amazing show, man. I had so much fun. I came to Vegas to day trade and see if the energy was right. And hell, I've been here 3 weeks. We got the show going. We finally rekindle our relationship with well, originally it was Blue Wire, but we got things going on with Sirius. Hopefully we can continue to do business and bring you guys more exciting shows. Like I said, we're going to be talking about sports. We try to get right to the meat after that OKC and Indiana game. We're going to talk about stocks. We're just going to talk about current. Matter of fact, speaking, Pat, how could I not ask you about this Sean P. Diddy Combs trial in this 50 Cent? I bet not speak about 50 Cent. You know what? Let me.
You mean the pettiest man alive?
What do you think about this Diddy case, this Diddy trial, and this Jane Doe and the cat? We don't gossip. We're just gonna speak facts. We're not gonna speak. It's allegedly. What do you think about this Diddy trial personally, Pat? Let the people know.
Well, I mean, as someone who works in entertainment, and I've been working in entertainment for the last 10 years.
True.
Without incriminating anyone, I will say that there is a dark side to fame and entertainment. and I've seen it with my own eyes. So as far as who the players are,
we haven't seen any freak offs. He's not saying he's seen any freak offs.
No,
he's just saying he's heard stories.
There's no baby oil.
There's no baby oil fans. He's heard stories. Continue,
Yes.
Pat. Continue.
Just bartending celebrity events and things like that. I have seen things that have definitely made me raise my eyebrows. The players change, but I guess the game remains the same.
That's a fact.
So, I mean, what's going on is basically trying to figure out, who's the player to the game. Was he a player? Was he not? And if so, if anyone was hurt in the process, then
that's sad.
Justice needs to be served. And if, the legal evidence suggests that he is of no wrongdoing, then, you have to trust that justice process. That's really all I have to say about that.
I'm a gambling man, so I'm rolling with Diddy on this. I don't see no RICO. I don't see no RICO. I don't see any sex trafficking. I seen everybody operating on their own free will. The money's on the table. When the money's on the table, they're gonna play. You know what I mean? So I think he's gonna be fine. Shout out to Sean P. Diddy Combs. I hope you come home to your family. Great father, great entrepreneur. You're just a freak. You're a freak, my guy. It's okay. It's not a crime to be a freak. You want to freak off? You want to pop off? You want to pop off? You want to freak off? But I don't think he's out here, committing any crimes of violence. He had the school in Harlem. He's the son of the late, great Melvin Combs, who was a driver for Frank Lucas. He has a great mom, Miss Janice Combs. I really hope Diddy pulls this off and stay low, Diddy, when you come home. Spend your money, maybe finance a lot of things underground. I don't have to tell you, you got billions. But moving right along, Pat, what do you got to say to the people today, Pat? What you got for me? Tell me something.
Hey, you know what? Anyone who puts on Tesla, shout out to you guys.
Big today. It's big.
I'm enjoying this WWE White House Championship.
Oh, really?
White House Championship.
Oh, really? You got a few dollars on Tesla, huh? They're up today. They were down yesterday. Elon was talking really, really, really crazy yesterday, man. He was down.
What? I was
152 billion.
That's
saw that?
What I want to. I did see that.
Yeah.
If I lost 152 billion, I would have pulled up to the White House myself in person.
It's a lesson to be learned here. It's a lesson to be learned here. They were just in the White House, chummy chum. When you're my guy to good, bad, indifferent. I'm not going to let money come in between. He showed you his true colors when that stock went down and he just couldn't take it anymore. He was like this. He's like, I'm going to throw Trump under the bus. He may be in the files. That's why he's not. That's why they're not releasing it. Do you believe that?
They said Trump was at the freak-offs, man.
Never. Never. Not my guy. Not Mr. Trump.
Oh man!
Let's get this money. Make America great. We're getting this money. I don't know about the other stuff, but let's get money again. That's what we concentrate. He pardoned a few good guys. We're not going to get into the politics of that, but that part. But shout out to all the people that he pardoned, and they're getting a second chance at life. You have anything to say about that, Pat?
Man, as long as he's giving out pardons, man, I do feel like there are some people who you could definitely pardon. There is that girl, I forgot her name, but she murdered that guy that was assaulting these women, and she got sentenced to about 20-something years.
Wow.
I mean, a lot of people are pulling, for him to pardon her. I know there are a lot of high-profile people that he wants to pardon. I mean, he even said, "Hey, we'll hear the facts about Diddy." But I hope some of the smaller people out there who could definitely use a pardon.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, so they can get home to their families and get a second chance at life. That's always America.
Everyone deserves a second chance.
Yeah, America is the land of second chances. You be all you can be in America. Trump said he's going to continue to deport illegal immigrants. That's going to be hard. That's going to be, they got something now where they'll give you money if you voluntarily leave on your own. That's not happening.
We're live on Rodeo, guys, and we're presented by Oyak Network. Today, I'm here with the founder, and let's find out some more about him. What's your name?
My name is Kevin Kale Singleton. How are you?
I'm very good, sir. Tell us why you started this network.
OYAC Network. I started it because it's a streaming service and everybody is straying away from cable. And I felt it would be a good, affordable app to download on multiple devices. Audi, what's up, my guy? Welcome to Not Now, but Right Now. Let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. Audi, how are you, babe?
I'm really good, but thank
So,
you. Thank you so much for having
yes.
me. I'm really
Oh,
excited to be here.
oh man, we've been talking about it and trying to get it going for a while. We finally getting the first step. You know what I mean? We finally getting here. We got two streaming services we trying to get off the ground. We got the Beverly Hills Network and we got Oyet Network. Let the people know about all the great things you're doing in Hollywood. We connected 2 years ago. We trying to get a lot of these things off the ground. So introduce yourself, Adi.
Uh, well, to begin with, my name is Aditya Gupta,
That's right.
short, like long for Adi, and I'm a cinematographer based in LA. I have my production company called Relit. I've been working on I do a lot of things, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I write, direct, produce, but mainly I'm a DP.
Right,
And
right.
my current project is actually about a very important topic, which is LA fires and victims of LA fires. So I just shot my one episode, or like the first interview yesterday,
Yes.
and there's many more to be done. So it's a feature documentary that I'm working on currently.
Cool. Everybody's talking about Bolly World, man. Everybody's talking about Bolly World and comparing it to it's Bollywood. I'm sorry, I keep calling it Bollywood, but what is it? Correct me, Adi. Is it Bollywood or Bolly World?
Well, it's really Indian cinema if you're referring to
Right,
cinema made by India, right?
right. Yeah, I did
But
see that.
Bollywood is like Mumbai or is like Bombay.
Yeah, Bombay. Yeah, I
And
like
Bombay is
that.
like LA of India, right? So it has
Right,
the
correct.
biggest film industry.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
big. This is a lot of
Um,
money flowing. Now on Netflix, they have their own little category. Some great, amazing shows. I like them. I've seen about three of them. I haven't decided what's my favorite yet, but
yeah.
when me and you connected, I was like, wow, this guy's at the Oscars. He got to be a heck of a film guy. He's at the Oscars. I think we got a picture of you at the Oscars. Tell us about that night and all the great things you've been doing at the Oscars, Adi.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, Oscars is no joke. It's
Huh, I bet.
it's more than an event. It's like a festival. It's like there's so much that goes into it. So I'm a camera operator for the press for an international news channel called TV Hoy
Mm,
from Slovakia.
mm.
And I work with them every year for the Oscars and Comic Con. So whenever we film the Oscars from the prep to the actual event night and what happens after.
Right.
We interview the nominees, we interview some winners, and it's just always like it's insane. The glamour that's there in those
Yeah.
in Dolby Theater. I've never seen that anywhere else.
Oh, it's amazing. Yeah, the pictures were nice. I saw the on your Instagram. I saw all the pictures and everything. When me and you spoke, you know, we were talking about cameras. I like the red. You like the Ari. What's the difference in those cameras? Let the public know on Not Now, but Right Now, the difference in those cameras. Any of those young guys want to get out there and do some recording? You get at my man Adi. He's the best to ever do it. Tell us the difference in that red and that Ari camera. Oh, you like Sony?
Look, I like all the cameras. It's
Yeah.
right now the camera companies are so good and they're so close to each other that all the cameras are really good at everything.
Yes.
There is like Sony has great cameras like the Venice 1, Venice 2. Ari has amazing LX35 mini LFs. Red has their V Raptors. So it's like it all comes down to what you're shooting, how
Yeah.
you're shooting it, and what budget level you're working with. So I think more than the creative look, it's more about logistics now. It's more about what you are comfortable working with,
Right.
and what your deliverable is gonna be. If it's gonna be shown on the TV, if it's gonna be shown on the theater, or if it's gonna be shown on an iPhone, you know.
Right.
So that's what basically decides which camera you will be shooting with and how you will be shooting it. And more than the cameras right
Yeah.
now, I think the bigger focus for all the cinematographers is getting good lenses.
That's what I was going to
So
ask
the
you about.
cameras are so
Is it a
clean,
lens called
so
Zeus,
sharp.
Zeiss or something? Is it Zeiss lens?
Zeiss,
Zeiss. Thanks for the
Zeiss,
correction.
yeah.
Is that like a glass, the top of the line lens?
Zeiss is one of the best lens manufacturers in the industry,
Yeah, I
definitely.
saw that. I
They
saw
have
that.
been around for a long time, and their engineering is, I mean, they're Germans, and German engineering
Mm,
is the
Beamers.
finest, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was doing a documentary. I forgot. Was it on homelessness? I forgot what that document. What was that documentary? Mean you spoke about? What was it on? You were working on it for a while.
I think it was about the LA fires, right?
Right. What's that?
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, we all are aware of the fact, what happened a few months ago that
The fire.
LA was struck with really bad fires
Right.
in
That's what it
Palisades
was.
area and Altadena area.
Mm.
So there has been like over like billions of dollars has been lost in that fire, right? But
Amazing.
more than the money, it's those were people's homes,
Yes.
and people lost everything. Their entire life savings that they worked for is gone.
Yes.
There's many people who were gonna retire in a year, and now they don't have a home to live in.
Wow.
So, like, what do they do? There has been
Yeah.
so many problems with the insurance companies. There has been so many problems with the state, but people are still, surviving through it.
Yeah, they're
So I'm
fighting
trying
through it.
to,
They're fighting through it. They're,
yeah.
I saw that. I
So
saw you. You're very passionate about that. You took your time out and you got with your team and you guys were recording some real good footage. Hopefully,
yeah,
you continue to be successful in that realm of things, and hopefully those peoples can be placed. The peoples that were affected by is it the Palisade? Is it the Palisade? What area was
Palisades and well, Palisades is
Malibu? A
more
lot of
north.
places, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw
yeah. So
that.
the area Palisades is really close to Malibu.
Yes,
And I think Malibu was also affected in that. But there is other side of LA, which is Altadena and Pasadena.
I saw that.
So
I
it's
did
close
see
to
that.
actually where I live. I'm in
Mm.
Glendale. So it's like 10 minutes, 20 minutes away from me.
Yeah.
And yeah, we were almost about to be evacuated during the
Mm.
fires.
I'm glad you
Yeah.
weren't. I'm glad everything worked out great. Because when we first spoke, you came to the Beverly Hills Hotel. We sat down and we were man. We were working on this for a while, man. We were mapping out some of the reality shows. We were going to focus on day traders of Los Angeles. I was going to make a cameo appearance in that and talk about, day trading, the lifestyles of a day trader, the good, the bad, and the indifferent. We spoke about Chicanas of LA, getting that off the ground. We talked about the Dominicans of New York City. Because when I first met you, you were doing some work on Rodeo. I don't know if it was like a commercial. Do you remember that day, Adi?
Oh yeah, I do. That was our first meeting, dude.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was shooting a music video for a independent band.
Okay.
And actually, that music video is done and was released like a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And it got me a lot of awards for cinematography.
Yeah. You put that work
So
in.
that was, yeah, I think you were lucky for me.
Yeah. Yeah. You good, man. You good. I must say, I've watched you grown over the years, man. You continue to grow. I was like, this guy is gonna do it. I remember you going to Miami and doing some work with a few guys, reality shows. You just was
Yeah.
in Michigan, correct?
I was recently in Michigan. Yeah, we were doing another documentary for sickle cell disease. It's
That's
a
big.
very serious disease, amongst the kids in Africa. And there is really no inexpensive cure.
Tell us
So
more
there is
about
this
that
company who
documentary.
have,
Can you elaborate a little more about it if you
yeah, yeah,
can?
yeah. Yeah, so usually, like, it's very common in Africa that a lot of children,
Right.
when they get malaria, the body tries to fight the malaria, and when it does, there is a new certain type of hemoglobin that's generated, and that causes to for the cells to sickle. And those sickle cells, basically, when they are flowing in your bloodstream, they can clot,
Right.
and that clotting can really affect the body in a serious manner, where it can also, take lives at a very young age.
Mm.
So this company, they made a solution where you can get the treatment, like the medication for this disease, for less than, I think, 20 cents a
Oh, that's
tablet,
amazing.
which is and usually, like, a different treatment for this is, I think, bone marrow transplant, which
Wow.
costs like $500,000. So
Mm.
no one has that kind of money to, to pay for it,
Right.
at least the majority. So this is a very, very serious disease, which has a very good, or I would say, very inexpensive and accessible solution,
Right.
medicine. And I think that's what we are making the documentary about. So we
Yeah.
did meet the PM of Kenya,
Wow.
and we met the founders of the company, and
Mm.
scientists, all the engineers behind this, the doctors behind it. Um, they had a lot to talk about. I mean, I'm just giving you like a tip of the iceberg
Right. Right.
situation.
Right. I get it. I get
Um,
it.
there is so much more that's behind this that needs to be brought up, and we
We're
have
here for it.
hours and hours and hours of footage.
Right.
We already made a 10-minute video that was shown in the Kenyan embassy in LA.
Okay.
So we got some amazing feedback from that, and we are working on to making another feature documentary on that.
Okay. We'll put a link on this video about it, man. Congratulations on that. I'm happy to hear
Thank
you're
you.
doing a lot of philanthropy in your field. What was amazing to me is when you went home to India and you were at the train station, and I think you played a prank on your dad and he saw you. Well, you want to speak on that,
Yeah.
Adi?
So
I saw you. You
yeah,
was
that was
on.
really funny.
Yeah, yeah. You was at the train station and just standing there, and he was looking like, "Is that my son?" And then he just walked up, and you can see the joy. I could feel the energy, man. I could feel it. How's your parents?
My parents are doing really well. Thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Well, that was so. What happened was I went to India in January to see family and friends. So my parents weren't expecting that I could be in India so soon,
Yeah.
but I got a shoot in Delhi, and it happened to be that, so my parents live in Mumbai,
Okay.
but it happened to be that the time that I was gonna be in Delhi, they were also in Delhi. So when I landed in Delhi, I was like, oh, my dad's gonna come to Delhi the day after. So I
Right.
planned like a
Yeah, I
whole
saw that.
surprise that, hey, I'm here.
He
And yeah,
he
but it
gave
was
you a big
completely for
hug too.
work, but yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that was
yeah,
cool. That was
yeah,
cool. That
yeah.
was cool, man. I felt that, man. I was happy for you because you work real hard. You know, every time I speak with you, you're moving around. You know, you're perfecting your craft. Are you gonna do the Oscars again this year? You gonna let me sneak in this time, buddy? You gonna bring me on this
Ooh.
time? I was trying to get in
It
there
has to
with
be
you.
next year.
Okay, next year you can get
Yeah,
me in
it has
there.
to be next year now.
Yeah,
This one
yeah.
is done already, and
Okay.
this was another blast. You can come to Comic Con with me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like Comic Con. Yeah. You,
Yeah, let's do Comic Con.
okay, cool. I'm gonna hold you to that. I'm gonna hold you to that.
Oh yeah,
My guy, my guy.
let's do it.